to feel our weight. Now, back to the event. I remember you saying you have 2 months to exhaust the Naidov and the French, particularly for game one, because you know your opponent in game one is your successor to the national championship, Mehul Gohil Gorilla. And yet you say you haven't found time to do that. And Mehul, when you say that, he immediately hit back at you and says it won't matter how much you spend cramming, you'll be outplayed. Victor, what do you have to say to that?
Mehul is Mehul, you know him. He's exceptional in, is it the verbal side of things? And yeah, but when it comes down to chess, Mehul is actually quite gifted in discipline more than anything else. So I think what he lacks in the raw, can I say, brilliance. You see, I'd say, for example, Ricky Sang is brilliant, Ben Cook is brilliant. They are serious intellectuals in their own areas. Mehul may not have the same gift as Ben or Tricky, and so he has to work extra hard. And when he does that, he achieves discipline. So he's able to look through moves. So you'll notice that for Mehul, what gets him through is that he'll not miss the one or two move things, you know. So someone like me would get excited about a move. I'm calculating 6, 7, 8 moves deep, and then I miss something here just in the near field. Mehul won't miss that. But then if we all tightened our bases, he pretty much have no chance. It's just that he's worked harder. I think from 1993, he has been practicing chess. He had a briefcase, if he had correct, and he's had resources that others haven't had, more or less. He's that makes him a complex opponent. He's well prepared. Of course, let's not cheat ourselves. In this whole group, we are generally all mediocre in terms of our chess. That part, to be honest, but maybe someone like Elvis Likoki is showing tremendous promise. Matthew showed tremendous promise. But of course, if you put in the hard work, then even Nguku, I mean, is very, very potentially very strong. If he puts in the work, then of course they're underrated. But I don't think that Mehulu to say something about strength at this level. It's not in his. Okay, it's like asking someone who's struggling to understand quadratic equations how to solve calculus. Mehul is not the right person to ask that question. No?
All right, he says that don't forget to ask you. We were chatting earlier on in the day, and told me I should ask you this. Knowing that you are playing him in round one and knowing what you said about memorizing your theory, Naidov, and whatever, he wonders what your strategy you're going to deploy to discipline, noting very well that in straight consecutive games, ranging back from 2014 or thereabouts, that's what he said, you have never even managed to get it. And he wondered if you suffer from the Alexei Shirov syndrome. You know, he never was able to beat Kasparov, and Kasparov was motivated by the bold fact that they had bad blood between the two of them. So what do you have to say to that, Victor?
Well, Mehul's method is very simple. Try and apply as much off-board tactics as possible and get me to a point where I would think there's a mental block. There's a mental block. There's no single, I remember the question about Mehul's games, he's very resilient, as I said. So whereas many players will miss a single move, 2 moves, Mehul will never miss that. But if you review every single game, he basically didn't understand what was going on at any stage. I remember Machakos Open, for example. It looks fairly, a very deep combination, and he's pretty much lost. But then for some reason, I make one of these holders, and that's been my standard. That's why I'm doing tactics, because I basically demonstrate now chess is supposed to be, and then at the end of it, then I sort of make a technical blunder that Mehul will not make. Tactical meaning that a simple sequence, while you have really taken up everything, the same would happen. Whichever game you look at, I don't think there's any time where Mehul has had an advantage out of the opening. It comes on tactical blunder, and then every time actually is losing -3, -4. But then I need to close that. So to him, I give him the process. I think 3 games, maybe 3 about. I think in Bungoma, in a qualifier, All Africa Games, and Machakos. And in all games, actually, okay, except for Bungoma, where I made a mistake quite early, but it was still a drawn position. Maybe I could even have gotten an advantage. The other 2, he was basically, he had no clue what was happening. And then I gave him a gift. So it's important for those who are watching to understand in chess, you have to be consistent. So even when you're winning, it's not won. You have to be careful that the opponent can do a sneaky move in between, and you have to be careful. You can't play as if from Teremko, which is what he was doing, where you find, okay, there's no position here. Then you discover, my goodness, there's a position. And that one move takes away the whole advantage.
Great. So I'm taking it.
These are off-board tactics. And if anybody were to ask why I'm speaking as if out of character, it's because for Mehul, it's this is like that boxing thing where guys are, sizing at each other at the press conference. So
I like that, yeah.
That way, Mehul, if you don't feel offended, I'm just throwing back one gently. Please accept my apologies in advance.
No, it's all right. Mehul is the king of ranting on social media, so he's quite at home. In fact, he's wondering what is this child play Victor is bringing about. He expected more punches, but anyway, that's well taken. Just